Live from the WTC studios in Milton, Pennsylvania, it's the Nearly Famous CB Show, starring Chris Patton and Brandon Kozer. And now, here are the stars of the show, Chris and Brandon.
Hey, we've got an excited crowd here today at the CB studio. So.
First of all, I guess I should thank them all for the nice warm welcome. Right. I mean, that's phenomenal.
You know, you're hearing that a lot lately.
I am. My daughter actually said to me last night, "Daddy, people really love your name."
Do you have a little video of that?
I do have a video of that. We were watching it. I mean, we can share that.
Yeah, why don't we share that?
Yeah, all right. Then let's check out this video quick. Listen, man, she's a dancing fiend, man. She loves to dance.
That's awesome. That's 2 weeks in a row. She's getting
she's getting some airtime. She was all excited last week when she saw that airtime on there, so that was good.
Well, why don't we get right into our favorite segment?
The Weekly Update.
Yeah, so this week, another good week. No DOT reportable accidents, no lost time injuries. So, again, keep banging them together and closing out this year on a
really
good high
strong.
note. It looks good. We did have 4 new drivers: Stephen, Joshua, and Matt from Virginia, and then Richard from PA.
Yeah! Virginia, good job.
Virginia stepping up there. I really appreciate that. So that's good. Listen, it's a good week. Big day for me tomorrow, but that's about
what'd you get me?
Same thing I got you, you got me. We just kind of like share that present back and forth.
It doesn't cost that much.
No, yeah. So, but I got
that's great. To go back on this, no accidents, right?
Yes.
We talk safety here. You think about where the show started. It was, really it was about safety. Our mindset.
For sure.
We don't ever want to lose touch of that. And to go out there every week and have accident-free weeks, no injuries, it's huge. It's
successful
really huge.
weeks, and and that's why I say I can't stress it enough. It's great, and to me, it's more of a relaxed feel across everybody, operations and everything. Right. That it's not like we're hitting things and having major accidents every day. I mean, it's a great feeling.
Yeah, the other day, Steve Patton and I actually were on a call with one of our largest accounts, and they were asking about our driver retention. Why is it so good here? And we're not perfect, we know that, but we're always looking for ways to improve. But one of the things was this culture of safety, getting home to their family safely. And the person on the end of the phone was like, "I never heard such a thing." I said, "Yeah, our mindset is that every week everybody gets home safely and can spend that quality time at home. That's really what matters most, right?"
For sure.
So, to hear those kind of numbers and all the hard work, and this goes across the family of companies, of course, right? So, everybody's, these jobs aren't easy. I say it every week. Especially now, it's getting a little chilly out there. We're gonna have some ugly stuff. That weather's
stuff coming out. Yeah, the weather's gonna change, and especially the leaves are on the ground, the wet leaves they slip, and plus, like we always talk about stretching first thing in the day. When it's colder out, you definitely want to stretch more. You got to get loose before you get out there and start doing things. So.
I went to bust on my wife here the other day. She worked out and she came home. She was a little sore. I said, "Did you stretch?" And of course, she didn't stretch.
No.
Because she thinks she's 20 years old.
Right.
But the reality is, we're not like used to be spring chickens anymore. So, the other thing, we talk about just when we're driving a truck, but we have all these people who are coming to the warehouses, each day to work. They're going to be driving some inclement weather. We still got to show up to work just because there's a little snow.
Right, yeah. I mean, the big thing to and from work.
We got to be safe.
Always be safe. Coming to and from work, that's
leave early.
Give yourself some extra time for the unforeseen stuff.
That's
for sure,
right,
definitely.
What else you got on the weekend?
One last thing I want to announce: a safety meeting tomorrow morning, starting at 8:00.
Yep.
Granite and I will be here with smiling faces, waiting for everybody to be there. So. Looking,
How do they, I always think, and they get paid to be there too, right?
They get paid to be there.
Plus, then they can earn a bonus while
they get eligible for the bonus.
Right.
I mean, it's a win-win-win.
Right.
They get to see me. That's a win.
Right.
Sure, right? So, all right, what do you got this week?
Well, I think the big thing, we touched on this the other week that we were questioning the some of the administration, our the United States government, having the employers, force employees to get the vaccine. People with employers that have 100 or more employees. Good for us.
Well, because if you have 75, you can't get
right.
It's only 100 plus.
It's just throw a number out there and see if it sticks. And so the good thing is it didn't stick.
Right.
So not that we're anti-vaxxers or anything like that. It's just we were struggling with the fact as an employer.
Struggling the fact as an American that somebody's telling you what you have to do.
Yeah.
They're taking the option away. So but no, you're right. I mean, as an employer, like you're saying,
it's a little tough for us to jab something in somebody. So anyway, so good thing is, for all those that were concerned about that is not on the table as it stands right now, and so we will continue our path of doing the right thing, staying healthy, and making your choice if you choose to get vaccinated.
That's right.
So
that's right.
With that said, when we talk OSHA, right? I'm excited here because I'm going to stand in between here of two real safety gurus here. So Curtis Gemmerling is going to join us on set here at the CB show. I know he's really excited.
All right, let's hear it for Curtis.
So Curtis has been with the company for how long?
6 years.
6 years. So in a capacity where you started, and tell us your little journey, how you got here, I guess.
Well, it started, my dad, who drives for Watsontown for 26 years, gave me a phone call and said that you guys were looking for warehouse personnel.
Curtis, I'm going to cut you off. I don't think you introduced and talked about your dad the way he deserves. The legendary driver.
The legendary
3 million safe miles. Like your family has a safe mindset. So, safety is definitely in the forefront of your brain. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, go ahead.
But he called and said you guys were looking for warehouse personnel, and it seemed like a good job at the point, and I just went with it.
Yeah.
And at that point, we only had one warehouse.
Right.
Now we're up to 14,
15, 16.
Yeah.
So it's grown quite a bit in 6 years.
Right.
I know we're up to about 200 forklift operators, so that's going to be a lot to manage on myself and the other warehouse managers and stuff like that.
One thing that you say there about managing, though, and that's a couple of different shows that we've done. We talk about the growth and how people can, grow up through the company. So you didn't come on board as a supervisor.
No, I was actually, the project I started on was Conair DC.
Okay.
That was my first project. Then we went into the ConAgra project. And then from there, it just went from a normal forklift operator, moved my way up to the second shift supervisor. Then after that, it became warehouse manager of just one account, and then it turned into like 6 or 7 accounts.
Right. Good for you. Well, let's go backtrack. Your father. We're going to make it not making light, but he is legendary. He's probably,
definitely.
And he's a stickler for detail, and I think that's part. Is in safety. I think that's it has to be, and I think that's come down to you where you got it, because you can't just do it. I'm going to use a bad word here, but half-ass in safety. It's got to be repetitive, doing the right thing day in, day out.
Right.
And because the whole idea, and I think you attest to this, you said you started on Conair DC, and we were just making fun of stretching. So if you think about Conair DC, you think about lifting boxes, and all those movements that you were doing there. And then you talk about forklift. Now you're running a forklift 10, 12 miles an hour going down. You want to make sure you're doing things safely. So I give you credit. What is the one thing that you think, when you want to talk to, the warehouse workers, the people when you're working with them, what do you try to stress?
The biggest thing is paying attention to those smaller details. Like certain buildings are different because we have a couple buildings that have a lot of temps in them. They're not too familiar with the forklift rolls, all that type of stuff, how those things operate. Those people on the forklifts have to make sure they're paying attention, going around corners, intersections, and stuff like that, if those people are walking by, so they're not hitting them and stuff like that.
Yep.
That's great. Now we talked safety, and I'm sure there's some people that want to know what is Curtis like doing when he's not working.
Well, I got 2 kids, so they keep me occupied.
Yeah.
I also like to fish and hunt.
Yeah.
My wife and I, we take the kids down to actually Hooplas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brock
all right.
loves that. So we have 2 dogs, so we like to go to the marina and go for walks with the dogs and the kids.
I know that your mic kind of checked out there, so I know you like to spend time with your wife. Help you out with that one a little bit.
You didn't fail. Man.
No.
Some have failed.
Some don't even mention it.
Yeah,
but,
get in trouble, but
I know
great
it was your
job.
mic there that kind of faulted on you.
But
that's good.
the one key thing there, I think you mentioned, and it comes back, and I know some people might think I'm a broken record, but we work hard. You come here, you do a job, you work hard, but ultimately it's about that quality time that affords you with your family.
Absolutely.
So if we come here and we do things the right way and we're safe, we get to be. We don't have broken legs. We don't have strained backs. You're able to do those fun things, right?
Exactly.
So I guess that's why we continuously will
stress on
that.
safety. Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely, it's great to have you here, man.
Yeah.
I know you and I are going to really start working close quarters with each other.
Yeah.
Hand in hand. So we got a couple projects
Hand in
that we're
hand,
trying.
huh?
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Yeah. We got a couple projects we're working on now that we already started the ground, hit the ground running. So we're going to head up to Jersey next week, I believe.
Hopefully,
and we'll be all good.
Awesome.
All set.
Well, glad to have you on set. Glad part of the team, man.
Thanks for coming on. Moving on.
What is it?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know either. This is
just
just a name Brandon.
so here we go.
44 years of my life, it was never a popular
never
name.
popular.
So that's
yeah.
whatever. It's the world we live in. But hey, one thing I forgot this week, I don't know if I forgot, but we have trivia, right?
Trivia.
So I think it was Rex had mentioned to us, why don't we show the previous week's answers? So
Yeah.
why don't we?
So let's check this out. Here's previous week's answers.
So Charles Phillips won that last week.
Yeah.
Which is great for Charles. So the next time you're through,
Next time you're through, stop in, grab one of us. We'll get you a
merch.
shirt, get a picture, and get you on here. That'd be great. But Charles, that's actually it's the first time he's reached out.
Oh, good
so
job.
good. It's glad to see we're covering all grounds.
Absolutely.
Thanks for reaching out. Thanks for following.
So why don't we get into trivia? I kind of did a November theme since we're in November, obviously, right?
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you ready?
Yeah.
Question number 1. The Bell Telephone Company introduced the first push-button phone to the public on the 18th of November of what year? So the push-button ones, not the spinning ones.
I don't know that Grant has ever seen anything without a push button.
Remember they're real big too.
Yeah.
Real big
Everything
push buttons.
is big.
Yeah, right. All right. So question number 2. What is the official flower of the month of November?
It's not pretty. Just the same with
okay.
Let's see what your next one is.
Well, let's see. Now, we did talk a little bit about your birthday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
29 tomorrow.
Yeah. You went back in time, I guess.
We can always.
All right. Well, going on. Question 3. What is the birthstone of November?
Yeah, I know that too.
Do you?
Yeah.
This is your month. This
It
might
is
be your
month.
week.
This,
I have question 1 that you don't got. So.
no, question 1 I don't got.
But anyway, so make sure you get your answers in, text,
Text, like I said, reach out. Charles reached out to me side on a text message Friday night, and I reached out to you guys. Just make sure nobody else answered first. So definitely, like I said, we communicate with that. So
Well, let's go to our next
new segment here.
Yeah, so.
Next new segment, Pet of the Week.
Pet of the week.
We do have a few on deck, a few in the Rolodex there we can choose from. But this week, it was quite interesting. Tiff Long here from The Office. Let's see if we can get this picture up here. So that's a picture of Bryn. As you can see, the one picture is where she first got Bryn, and then the second one is Bryn recently, 2 years later.
Wow.
Bryn is a Cane Corso Mastiff, and Tiff says that he's a huge giant that loves his mama.
Oh, wow.
It's a big dog.
It is.
Like that.
It is.
I'm pretty sure if that
That's
thing
awesome. So
tackle her, run her right over. So no, it's great. Like I said, we do have a few other ones out here. We'll reach out.
We can choose one for the pet of the week.
Choose one for the pet of the week.
So
Except we did both of ours.
Oh, Yeah. Well, hey,
That was just the intro.
that was to get everybody excited about it.
Yeah.
But we need, we want to see videos. Like people.
Yeah, I'd like to see some activity. What your pet can do. You know,
Yeah.
if you can have a talking bird. I always used to love talking birds. You know,
Right.
sit there and talk back, have conversation. But
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for the snake most times, unless you're.
maybe you're like a snake whisperer.
Oh yeah.
Get that thing up and dance.
All right.
See what you
Know
got.
what's
Let us know.
So I'm sure there's some exotic animals in our.
Get the videos in. Videos and pictures. Keep them all coming. So.
But it's awesome. So with that said, let's move on to what we can't do without is our sponsor. Right?
Sponsors.
So
Definitely
You know,
appreciate all of them.
each week.
Actually, let's look at this. We got it's updated. It's updated now.
Let's take a
So,
look at that right there.
so there in the patent logistics, it's updated. You know,
Put the Watsontown in the
Watsontown in the
middle,
middle,
patent
so
on the
the-
side. Kind of mixed it up. We wanted to make some new identity for each company.
yeah, so
kind
they
of
stand out. So
yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's
you know,
good.
it's great work. Good hard work put into that
Yep.
for everybody that has helped design that.
Absolutely.
So. But yes, without them, we couldn't be here every week. So we appreciate all their support.
Well, it's nice, to just go back to when Curtis was in say here. Think about that. His father, Watsontown Trucking, from the early days of Watsontown Trucking. And then Curtis coming on board, but you got Watsontown Trucking, patent warehousing, all working,
all mixed in together. there,
working
so.
together. So it's great.
Perfect.
And there's other stories like that as the Gemmerlings in our fleet, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
So,
definitely is.
That's awesome. So, one last thing before we go, we got a new project. We didn't talk about that in a weekly
yes,
update.
Yeah, we want to get.
So we want to, you'll talk about tomorrow in your safety meeting as well. But flatbeds, we're going to be doing some flatbed training, and we talk about Gemmerling and.
Gemmerling will be our
right?
flatbed trainer.
Right.
He doesn't know it yet, but he's ready to do another class here pretty soon. So if he's watching,
But
Scott, get your calendar ready.
yeah, we got a new project coming on board. It's going to be high volume, so we will train for flatbed. Good pay, home daily, plain
Home
freight.
daily, good pay. Round
so
trips.
looking for some.
Anybody interested, reach out to your DM, Jared Brokenshire, or myself, even Tony. We'll get you all squared away.
So until next week,
Have a good weekend. Be safe.
take care.